Hello and welcome to Stretford, Paddock, Manchester United 1, Rayo Vallecano 1. Pre-season wrapped up, done. This is the review. I'm joined by Joe McGrath.
Yeah, lovely to be here.
From the Stoppy Joe's podcast. Thank you very much for joining us, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to look at this game. I want to go through some of the performances that we've seen, look at the result of the game, the importance of this game. But I also want to look back a little bit at some of the other games we've seen. Stephen Howson and Adam McCullough will be doing a full pre-season review going out a little bit later. But we'll do something slightly similar as well, just to look at pre-season as a whole. But let's start with this game. United scoring first, Amad Diallo in the 48th minute, Alvaro Garcia Rivera scoring in the 57th to get a draw for Rayo Vallecano. But with all of these games pre-season, it's more about the performance, getting fitness, than it is about the result.
Yeah.
What did you make of the performance today? I'll go through some players in a minute to pick your brains, but just give me your sort of overall thoughts.
Well, it was an average game of football for United. I don't think anyone set the world alight with their game today, apart from Garnacho, who we'll get onto in a sec. He was the best player on the pitch. Mm-hmm. Everyone just seemed to have an okay game. They didn't step up a lot. It was a packed Old Trafford. I thought I was expecting a little bit more from United. Both goals came from someone having a good shot on goal against both keepers, and then sort of rebounds.
Yeah.
So even the goals weren't necessarily
scrappy,
well worked,
no.
beautiful goals. It was kind of scrappy. Yeah, Ahmed doing well though, because you got, no matter what the goal is, you've got to be on it, and he took it well. But yeah, midfield was okay. You look at certain players like Martinez. First game at Old Trafford, he did all right. I mean, the goal was scored whilst he still was on the pitch, so could he have done better? It's up to United fans to think about that, and obviously the coaches. I don't know. You can't really judge the defenders too much, because the strikers for Rayo didn't really give him a lot to really go at.
No.
So then, and then you look at the midfield. Donny van der Beek, okay, he was just all right. One of the worst free kicks I've ever seen in my life. There was a touch of class missed, I think. Even with Ronaldo, the cheers when he was on, the biggest at Old Trafford. But even he looked a little bit off the boil.
Yeah, it was all about the return of Ronaldo, wasn't it? That was how this game was sort of billed. And yet it was Garnacho, I think, that stood out. Yeah. Certainly in the first half, the most lively. Every single time he got the ball, he's driving at defenders, trying to go past people, trying to win fouls, trying to, be dangerous. He was the standout player for me.
I wonder if that's a sort of a message of how we should deal with the season going forward. Ronaldo showing up for the first half, actually leaving Old Trafford before the game had even finished.
Reportedly, I haven't actually seen that.
There is pictures of him outside, same earring on, same outfit, leaving before the game had even finished. So you got the old guard there of United. Will always be a legend, but maybe his love for the team has died out. Whereas we have a new stream of players coming in, Garnacho, who is looking sharp and fit and wanting to play in front of a packed Old Trafford. Maybe the message is there that maybe it's time to let Ronaldo do his thing and leave, and put our focus and attention on the young crop of players that actually want to play for this club through, and give them more and more game time. They're not going to be great straight away, and Garnacho really was kind of missing his sort of final touch, his final pass, wasn't up to the standards of Premier League football. His movement was, his dribbling was, always going forward. But yeah, he was missing that little... But it'll get there if he is given the time of day.
Yeah, definitely. Just on Ronaldo, assuming that is true, because obviously a lot of time you see these pictures, I can see him here, where he's outside Old Trafford, same earring, whatever, signing autographs and all that sort of stuff. I suppose it's possible that that's from another day, or that's from on the way in, or all these things come out occasionally, where it's like, actually this picture was from 2 weeks ago. But assuming that's true and he's left before the full-time whistle, that's just shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that, if you at any level, Sunday League, under 15s, Saturday, like professional football, you stay till the end of the game that your team is playing. It's so selfish doing that.
It really surprised me that United, if there wasn't... Is there something in his contract, or is there something that made Ronaldo play today? Because he didn't look like he wanted to, and if he is off, why did he play it? And why did Ten Hag want to play him?
I don't know.
What if he signed something over the 2-year deal where it's forcing his hand that he must play at least one pre-season game for United?
Almost as like a Because
we were going to have
from
him
a
for 2
commercial
years,
perspective.
From a commercial perspective, we've got a 2-year deal with him. You know, all the fine details are thought through. There's lawyers that go for everything, and pre-season is thought of. He didn't travel. He didn't give the amazing fans in Australia and Thailand what they wanted to see him in the flesh.
Yeah.
And then Ten Hag's gone, right, we'll stick him up front for the first half, and then he's done. I don't know, because
it's not good, is
if
it?
we sell Ronaldo this week and he goes, what was the point of that 45 minutes?
I don't know.
And why didn't we give someone else a run out?
The weird thing with Ronaldo is it's almost like, I know obviously Ten Hag has basically said the other day, like we read it out in the watch along, that he's not going to be starting. I'll just get that quote back up again quickly. He said, I can't tell at the moment quite how fit he is. He's definitely not on the level that our other squad players are at the moment because he's missed a lot of weeks. He needs games and a lot of training. That's him saying he's not going to be starting the season up front. So he's already come out and said, you're on the bench for now. If nothing else, for now you're on the bench. But now Ronaldo, instead of responding to that and working and all that sort of stuff, he's leaving the game halfway through. And he's not like left to go to hospital. He's not injured. He's not he's walking out by himself with his backpack on. Yeah. Like I don't assume that's anything other than I can't be asked to be here. I'm going home, which is just crap. Isn't it?
It is crap. It is real crap.
So I think he's almost doing this thing where he's like, if I'm so disrespectful and taking the piss so much, then they'll have to sell me.
Yeah.
And obviously that's an awful position for United to be put in, as we see an image here of Cristiano Ronaldo and Joy Division
it's a good fucking
mash up.
It's a good little image, this, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
but again,
anyway.
maybe this is why he's here. Maybe this is why he's playing pre-season games, because we've already recorded all the adverts with Ronaldo in.
Yeah.
We've already recorded the new kits with Ronaldo in. We want to get our money's worth out of these, out of who is one of the biggest sales figures in the world.
It's like say like a film has signed an actor to be in it, a blockbuster actor.
Yeah.
And you've got the poster with him on and all that. It's a difficult transition to let someone go commercially. Obviously, the manager Ten Hag would rather him just go, fuck that, game gone.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want that weight on his shoulders. But, in terms of what the commercial teams will be looking at, and United is a business, or it's run like a business by the Glazers and the people at the top, they want the best out of their assets, and their biggest asset is Ronaldo, because he's one of the most famous players in the world.
Yeah, I think if this is how he's going to act, then I don't see why we would keep him. I don't see who it benefits to keep him. Looking back at some of the other games, and obviously the Liverpool game we won 4-1, brilliant performance. I think probably the best performance we've seen so far this pre-season. I do think we were very good in the second half against Melbourne Victory, but obviously the standard of the opposition was a lot lower. I think there was some great moments in the Crystal Palace game as well. But pre-season as a whole, have you been impressed with how Ten Hag's tactics have been adopted and how this team is playing, or do you think that there's still a long way to go?
There's still a very long way
do you think?
to go. I tell you what, if the momentum of the Liverpool game and the Melbourne Victory game carried us through, and we saw maybe a 2-3-0 win here, and we didn't struggle as much against Atletico Madrid, and certain midfielders bonded more than others, I'd say that we were in a nice position. What I saw was a very good start to pre-season, which I loved. I love seeing us score loads of goals against Liverpool. We scored 4 in the back of the net. It's great fun. But now we're on a bit of a sloppy end to the season, pre-season, where we are, losing. We're not even scoring goals now. And I know it's pre-season. You can get worked up about it, and some people do, some people don't. But I feel like we've dipped slightly, just slightly.
Yeah.
But I wonder, is that the dust going to settle a bit on the team? Ten Hag needs to know his starting 11, and I think he's got a good idea of it now. And hopefully we change things up, and the Premier League, we're ready for it.
Yeah.
I like to think so, because, I know today we played a lot of youngsters, a midfield that we probably won't play, and a back two, which kind of was a decent centre-back pairing. I don't know, man. I don't know how I sum it up. Literally a roller coaster. It's like Oblivion. It starts at the top and then
it's odd, isn't it? I don't put too much weight into pre-season results. This team today were players that had either not going to be in the first team or have been injured or have played less minutes. Someone like Varane, who could conceivably start in the first team, has been injured. Tellez isn't going to be in the first team. Martinez, these are his first minutes as a United player. Eriksen, I know he played 30 minutes yesterday, but largely the same. And other than that, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Everyone else is probably playing, in the second team. I don't think it's too bad a result, although MUTV has got the game down as 0-0, even though it was 1-1. I don't want to put too much into it. We've seen it in the past. Louis van Gaal, we won every single game in pre-season, and then we lost the first game of the season, and it was pretty much downhill from there.
Yeah.
So I think we need
to
see the progression that we've had. We definitely have seen progression. United are better now than they were at the end of last season, and hope that can be enough to challenge for trophies next year.
Look at other rivals. Look at City. They had a 1-0 win in America against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Then they got beat yesterday in the Community Shield, which is sort of seen as a pre-season, sort of not. But when they go glorified pre-season game, when they go into the Premier League, no one's doubting that they're going to either win or come second.
Yeah, and we destroyed Liverpool in Bangkok.
Yeah,
and that doesn't mean we're going to finish above them in the league. I think people read too much into pre-season. Get your comments in. We'll go through a few of those. Dan says there will be more behind the closed doors games again, so I think he'll want to give his first side 90 minutes. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we
saw the Wrexham game, didn't we? And obviously that's going to probably continue. We lack some calmness in the attack with Eriksen going off. Man City have only played one pre-season game and looked a bit poor yesterday. Liverpool lost to us and Salzburg. Chelsea lost to Arsenal and a South American team. Let's all calm down.
Yeah, we are calming down. I think we are calming down, and I think maybe Ten Hag knows what's coming. He doesn't seem too frustrated on the sideline. He looks angry. He looks like angry at players when he's saying the messages. Yeah. But post game, he doesn't look upset. No. So when he starts looking upset, maybe we get a little bit worried. But I think he knows what he's doing.
People talking about playing Eriksen ahead of Bruno. I think Bruno starts ahead of Eriksen.
Yeah,
I think he was good, but Bruno has been.
We need to just give Bruno the time of day, because you can come back to that amazing period of time when we first bought him. And you can't buy
28 goals in a season.
You can't buy what he brought to United. And hopefully Ten Hag is working on that, and Bruno wants it.
Definitely. Right, that's going to be all from us. I think Manchester United 1, Rayo Vallecano 1. We'll be getting a review from Stephen Howson and Adam McCullough, who are at the ground today. Hopefully, they're going to be getting an interview with a player as well. We'll find out about that. They're in the mix zone. They're in the press. Yeah, it might not happen. Apparently, they just walk past you sometimes. Unbelievable. Come here, and then they don't. So we'll see about that. But we're also going to have their pre-season review as well, looking at all the games we've played so far and what to expect going forward. So make sure you check all of that out. Thank you very much for coming down today, Joe McGrath. Where can people find you, mate?
Get on the Sloppy Joe's podcast on YouTube. After all this United stuff, if you've not heard it, it's a podcast that isn't about football, but does include me and Joe. So it's kind of like a little chill out. Some people meditate. Some people listen to us.
Interesting. Check out the Sloppy Joe's podcast. Thank you, Joe, for joining us. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We're live every single time there's breaking news. Any updates on De Jong, any updates on transfers, any game, we are live with watch-alongs, previews, reviews, news every single day. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell as well, so you know as soon as something goes live. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in a bit.
Bye-bye.